Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about recognizing abundance in your everyday life. And I think for me personally, like when I would think about abundance, when I was first like learning about it and, my journey, I really would just attribute it to like monetary abundance. I was just thinking, okay, abundance, finances, money, like anything that has to do with money, I'm going to be abundant in, and that's it, that's all. And what I'm coming to realize now in my journey and just in experience and in living life is that there are so many more things to be abundant in besides money, or finances or things like that. And I think the more that we recognize what we're abundant in and the more that we're grateful for it and appreciate it, actually, not I think I know, the more that we recognize what we're abundant in and the more that we appreciate it and the more that we are just in a happy disposition about it, the more that comes. And especially when you least expect it to. And I just want to give a few examples to maybe like help people out. And even for me too, I go back and I watch my videos and I don't know, I think that it's really helpful. So one example of abundance would be, let's say that you have a car, right? And when you go to the car wash, like the self-service ones, you can get a membership or you can just do the individual washes, right? Membership is probably $20 a month or something like that. Individual washes can be anywhere from like $7 to $10. Well, let's look at the mindset of the person who gets the individual wash versus the person who gets the membership to where they can go as many times as they want, right? The person with the individual wash who only goes so much because they don't want to spend too much money, they don't want to waste it, right? They're going to be looking for every puddle. They're going to be checking the weather. Every time it rains, they're going to be saying, oh my gosh, I just got my car washed and now it's about to rain and I don't know what I'm going to do. And this, that, and the, it's like you're stressed constantly, right? Because you don't feel abundant in that aspect. You don't want to put more money towards it. You don't want to waste the money that you have. So you're sitting here steady trying to plan when you're going to get your car washes. You're planning around the weather. You're trying to avoid mud puddles and you're trying to avoid going to certain areas because you know that it's dirtier there, versus the person who has the membership that costs a few dollars more. They aren't worried about the weather. If they get their car washed and it rains 10 minutes later, they're not upset. They're not cursing at the sky. They're not mad, right? Because they understand I can just go back and get another one. It's fine. And this is a lens that you need to put on everything in your life, not just with cars, but with time, with finances, with people, with anything. It's you already have everything that you need. And for a while, I'm going to admit to you guys, I would repeat this without really fully understanding like what it meant or why or how it works. But as I've been studying quantum physics, as I've been studying becoming an observer of the mind, as I've been studying my own thoughts and thinking about what thoughts are my own and what thoughts have been given to me and what thoughts, just aren't mine, it's very clear and it's very apparent now. And with abundance, it's a lot of reprogramming that needs to be done as well. So another example is the grocery store. It's probably been, I would say, 2 years since I've grocery shopped with like a lack mindset. And I mentioned grocery shopping because that's something that we all have to do. You have to get food, especially if you have kids or you live with family or whatever. You have to get food. You have to go to the grocery store. And I remember I used to go to the grocery store and I would literally nickel and dime myself. I'm like trying to choose between the name brand. I'm trying to choose between two products and it's a 10-cent difference and I'm stressing myself out and I'm worried about running out and I'm worried about the next time that I have to go and I'm worried about how many times I can use this product before I have to replace it. And it was just overall a really stressful and a not fun experience. And I felt like I never had enough. And there was a certain point that I got to where I just switched my mindset and I was like, you know what? If I run out of groceries, I will apply for food stamps. I will borrow money at this point. Like I'm tired of feeling this way just to get basic necessities. And even then I'm buying things that I don't even like. I'm trying to choose products that are cheaper or more efficient and things that I don't even really want to use. So I made that switch and I go to the grocery store and I just buy what I want. I buy flowers now. I buy roses to put in my room. And the difference that it has made is incredible because since I did that 2 years ago, I have not struggled with getting groceries since, period. I have not struggled with getting groceries. I have not run out. I have not felt lack. I have not felt like I don't have enough. And that is such a beautiful feeling. And I know this past year in the United States with food stamps being cut off, a lot of people were worried about that. And I challenge you to try this. And I know people are in different scenarios, different situations, but I honestly challenge you the next time you go to the grocery store, don't worry about how much things cost. I'm not saying to spend $1,000. I'm not saying to spend $1 million, but get what you want and don't worry about whether or not you're able to replace it. Don't worry about the cost. Don't worry about a dollar price difference. Get the things that make you happy and that make you feel abundant, because I promise you it will come back to you and you will just receive more and more abundance. So I love sharing my stories because I remember so well going through this, and I remember what it feels like to have negative bank account. I remember what it feels like to literally be paying with everything on credit cards. I remember what it feels like to literally opening up a credit card just to be able to buy groceries, just be able to buy things that I need to go to work, and it only having a $300 limit, and I used 280 of the dollars in 2 purchases. It's like, I know these feelings. So I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking as somebody who has everything currently. Yeah, I'm being careful about my words, but you know what I mean. I'm not speaking from like a golden tower. I'm speaking from experience, and I really would love to hear your guys' perspective on this. I would love to hear how it works for you. And the last example I want to give too is even people. There was a point in my life where I was just holding on to everything so tightly, and that includes people too. I would say, you know, I didn't want to lose people. I didn't want to lose the friends that I had. If somebody did something that bothered me or that really was not okay, I would forgive it because I didn't want to lose that person in my life. And I've learned that you have to let go. You know, there are over 8 billion people in this world, right? So letting go of a few is not going to be as detrimental to you as you would think. And it might hurt, it might sting, you might have to take some time to process it, but you are abundant in everything. That includes relationships, love, finances, food, opportunities, literally everything. And I want you to tell this to yourself every morning. I want you guys to make a list of everything that you're abundant in. I want you to make a list as well of maybe the things that you can work on being more abundant in, right? If you hesitate on purchasing something that you need just because of the price or just because of you're not sure if you're going to be able to get it back or make it back or whatever, just practice. Practice with something small, start small, and then move up from there. And I promise you guys this will work. I'm speaking from experience. Everything works out when you relax and when you understand how things work and you understand that your thoughts are the creator of your reality. You're going to start to see things change and you're going to start to notice areas in which you can improve, and it's a beautiful thing. And I get so excited in these videos and talking about this just because it's, again, I understand and I really want to help others understand as well. I want others to feel happy. I want others to be able to go to the grocery store and buy the things that they need and not fear not having enough money or not being able to make ends meet, because that's not a good feeling. So yeah, just try to recognize abundance in your everyday life outside of finances. Even though money is tied to everything, this is a physical world. We need money to buy things. I understand that. But if you can't do that with money right now, do it with something else in your life. And I promise, as soon as you let go, everything will come to you. It's a beautiful thing. So thank you guys for watching. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any ideas or like any examples of you doing this, please let me know. I would love to hear. I love to respond to the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.